Hello everyone, Will the Outlaw here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of the Primes, Solus Prime. Well, here we are again, back into the realm of the original 13 with the third Prime release in this first wave of the new Age of the Primes line. This is the first deluxe figure of the line, and for whatever reason, was the hardest figure for me to get in my area. I honestly had no real problems getting Megatronus or Prima Prime. Well, I had never seen Megatronus on the shelf, so I actually had to ask a Target employee to grab it from the back. But Prima is actually shelf warming around here, so yeah. Certain figures look really good in package and really draw your eye when you see them on the shelf. Kind of like Legacy Tigerhawk and Studio Series Bumblebee movie Shockwave. Solus Prime definitely belongs in that category. She looks great in package and almost makes me not want to open it or keep it in the box. Almost. Taking a look at the figure itself, and this is one of the most unique robot designs I think I've seen. Well, that's not really true, I guess, as I feel this takes a lot of the design elements from what I've seen in the comics. The very armored human proportions give it its own ancient feeling identity, all while staying in the design realm of the other primes released so far. Out of all the primes we have gotten, I think Solus's colors are the best. I absolutely love the purples, grays, and golds throughout the figure. I can't help but view this design through the lens of an Amazon warrior, with the silver bits being exposed skin and the purple bits being armor and costume. This kind of makes her real badass looking and kind of adds to her depth. Details throughout the sculpt is done perfectly, with the tech lines and other bot decos going a long way. I do gotta mention the front piece here. She is supposed to be some kind of blacksmith, so this represents whatever blacksmiths wear when they're, blacksmithing. While it may get in the way of articulation, it really does add to the look, and I think it's one of the best parts of the figure. The head sculpt is one of the best of the wave, with the ornate detailing really going all out. It's definitely female without being comical, and the helmet design is absolutely a Prime style. One thing I find curious, and well, let's face it, completely pointless about the sculpt is the hair on the back of the head. I'm not totally opposed to hair details on Transformers. I don't think it really fits here. The front of the head just dives fully into the Prime aesthetic, and the back just seems like it's from a completely different figure or character. Doesn't take anything away, it's just an odd choice. For being a deluxe, Solus here is one of the best articulated of the wave, even beating out some of the Voyagers. Ball jointed head, these shoulder pads can move out of the way for movement, universal shoulder joints that can move forward, back, in and out, elbow swivel with a 90 bend, ball jointed wrists that can move around and in, waist swivel, hips that can go forward, back, in and out, thigh cut, 90 knees. There's a transformation joint in the shin that gives it a little more movement, and foot articulation with an ankle tilt. As I said before, this figure is one of the most articulated in the wave, and she can get into some really great poses. Sure, the kibble gets in the way, but the kibble is designed in a way that allows them to be positioned in order to allow as much articulation as possible. This toy is really well designed, in theory, but we will get to the flaws in a little bit. Every Prime comes with their own personalized weapon, and Solus here comes with the famous Forge of Solus Prime. This thing is flippin' beautiful. It's simple, yet the sculpt and coloring is perfectly representative of what the legendary artifact of the Primes would be. The purples and gold coloring carries on from the figure and really comes across as an extension of Solus herself. The only flaw, and I mean the only flaw, is that this thing is tiny. Way too tiny to believably be the tool used to make all the other Prime weapons and artifacts. She also comes with this thing. I'm told it's some type of explosive device, but it honestly makes a better extension for the Forge handle. It's really rare that a single accessory adds so much to the fun of the figure, but the hammer here does that. It, along with the figure's articulation, really adds to the figure's character and gives it the ability to look really dynamic, no matter what pose she is in. My favorite pose she has is this. Yeah, let's go forge some damn relics. Okay, while I really like this figure, I really absolutely hate the transformation. Nothing flows, everything bumps into everything, pieces fall off, it's just a total and complete mess. It's such a shame that an almost perfect robot mode is brought down by such a frustrating and incoherent transformation. The vehicle mode we get is, okay, remember what I said about Prima Prime's alt mode and how much it looks too much like a futuristic Earth truck? Well, this one looks like a cross between an old Ford truck and I can't really tell what else. The front of the vehicle looks very retro sci-fi with the front grille at an angle and the shoulder pads forming some really ornate wheel wells. I really wish that design scheme would have continued throughout the rest of the vehicle, but the front windshield and side windows really clash with the aesthetic set by the front of the truck. The rear of the truck just looks like the design team gave up and it's just made up of folded leg parts. Even the wheels don't match, but I'm willing to look past that since it makes more sense they don't. Kinda reminds me of a dragster design, and I can really appreciate that. The hammer can be stored in this mode in one of two places. The hammer has a tab that allows it to be placed on either side of the vehicle, or you can pull out this tab and place it on top to turn it into a turret. This option saves a vehicle mode for me since it gives it an improvised military vehicle vibe. Unfortunately, it's not blast effect compatible with the front barrel piece on, but you can take it off and the blast piece fits on just fine. It's been a while since I have been so torn on a figure. Not since Studio Series Bumblebee movie Megatron have I been so in love with the robot mode, only to be disappointed with the alt mode. All the fun I have with this figure is pretty much only focused on the robot mode. All in all, while I dunk on the transformation and vehicle mode, I'm totally and wholly satisfied with the robot mode. The unique design and totally fun articulation more than makes up for the other shortcomings. Bottom line, with the other deluxe offerings in this wave either being a repaint or part of a combiner team, Solus here is a pretty good standalone release and is a great addition to the ever-growing original Prime lineup. Well, that was my look at Transformers Age of the Prime Solus Prime. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Laters!
Check out my Patreon for early access to my videos and shoutouts on future videos. Join up and let's talk toys.